Yes, my people, we are here again. ATF Studio, Spot on the mic. Your boy King David, and I'm here with my co-host Samuel Peters.
Yes, sir. Yes. The Zeus of football is here, and we are buzzing. It's a new Premier League season, and you know what you should be expecting from a Premier League team this new Premier League season.
Yes, the game Manchester City went well yesterday. Guardiola, beautiful outing. The champions of EPL once again in a long season they've maintained their winning opening games again. Man City played really well against Chelsea. It was a good game. Chelsea tried a bit of play here and there, but I think they need to do more in how they play, how they control the defense, especially the defense and the midfield. They still need this connection that is not there. I feel say they need to work more on that connection between the defense and the midfield. And that Enzo, the coach needs to find a way to fit in there. As a coach, you need to be a coach that will have make your decision without. That's the only way you can succeed. Somebody like Guardiola can decide to keep anybody in the bench. For your tactics to work, you don't need to look at any big player. I know there might be pressure on the club. Enzo Fernandez, they bought him for 120 and all that, but I think they need to find a way to settle that between Enzo, Lavia, Caicedo. Someone has to go on the bench. And obviously, from what we saw yesterday, it cannot be Lavia. Even what really spoiled the whole Chelsea game plan yesterday was during the second half when Lavia was substituted. The midfield was very open. You could see how Kovacic strolled in the midfield and scored the second goal. But it was a great game. Of course, what are you expecting? You are playing against a Man City Pep Guardiola who will always win, who will always hold on to ball to play you. But I feel like a touch up here and there could have changed up the whole thing. Chelsea need a striker. Nicholas Jackson cannot be their regular striker. He can be a squad player. He can play from the wing because I've seen a few games from last season which they brought him and he played from the wing. He didn't do well, but that Jackson guy, no. They need to pour anointing oil. We need to know with him because I watch him few clip now. When Chelsea want buy him from Villa, I go watch him clip. Maybe we know where they use YouTube clip till they sign players again because I watch a few clip.
It can't be like say YouTube they lie safe.
Can't be like say I know they use YouTube because anybody if you go YouTube now type Daniel Shitu you go see him best of Daniel Shitu today YouTube. So they should be more of they shouldn't use more of stats. They should be come watch these players, watch these guys how they play, and some of all these people compared to when Chelsea is Chelsea, these people are not. Some of these players are not Chelsea standard. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually,
So what's on your take on the match?
yeah, truly, actually. But first, let me just talk about this Man City. Man City started on a good run. Yeah, it's a good way to defend.
Man City will
It is
always,
a
you
it,
know now.
it is a
City.
very good way to defend to defend their championship. Yeah, and talking about Jackson, Jackson. I feel Jackson is not yet ready for the Premier League challenge. Yes, he's not ready for the Premier League challenge. And talking about looking into videos to know how good a player is, that I think it's just some connection that is not there for the team. If a team is going to proceed further in a good form, it is a collective effort.
Yes,
It is not
exactly.
just a
Very
player, one
understand.
player effort. I am not seeing Chelsea as a team. I am seeing them being divided. And you cannot be divided, not in the Premier League. You cannot perform in the Premier League when your team is divided. Looking at the dressing room morale, well, what is happening in the dressing room? How are they putting things together? What is the connection between the team and the fans? So those stuff alone,
Okay. From the view of from your own point of view and yesterday, well, was who do you think was really exceptional from the Chelsea team? Who gave you that chills and you saw that this guy really did well?
the very first person I will made mention, and I believe everybody will attest to that also, is this Cole Palmer. I see Cole Palmer performing well in that match, and also Lavia. I see Lavia also performing so well. Even the Sanchez, the goalkeeper, also really performed well. I see that he put in some good saves against Ireland.
Yeah,
He has not saved two or three chances that Haaland got the chance to strike, it would have been dozens of goals in the Chelsea's
Yeah,
box.
talking about Sanchez, in as much as he did one or two save, I think Sanchez need to do enough. Even that Haaland goal, in as much as we can say yes, the defense and defensive midfield messed up before the ball get to Sanchez. But at the end of the day, they have made mistake from the defense and midfield. What next? You as a goalkeeper, we've seen how many risks checks used to. If you want to go all out. He just like he even give him the option of where to put the ball.
No,
So
no,
I
no,
just feel those
no,
are the
no,
things he
no.
need to work on.
I didn't.
And
To me, I'm not seeing the error from Sanchez. I didn't see the error
I
from.
understand. I'm not
I
saying
didn't see the
Sanchez.
error
I'm
from.
just telling
I
you
didn't see
that
that he can do anything.
no, he of course he
I
can.
no
We've
no. I
seen
didn't.
balls like that
I didn't see
goalkeeper
that he
save.
can do anything. I didn't that particular goal. I didn't see that he can do anything. He has done the best he can do. The only thing I can say is that probably he's not commanding his defense.
So
As a goalkeeper,
what
you should.
about the second goal? You feel he don't have anything to do during the second goal because that goal obviously now that ball will be say normal goalkeeper go catch
No,
that
it's
ball.
an area. It's an area ball.
It doesn't
You
matter
should
whether an
expect.
area.
You should expect anything from an
No,
area ball.
we already saw Kovacic drive the ball.
See, me as a goal, I'm looking at the game now as a goalkeeper, putting myself in the shoe of a goalkeeper. Now you expect something from your defenders. Why will Kovacic be dancing opposite your 18 and you cannot do anything till he strike single-handedly?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've seen situations like that. That's why I'm pointing back to the likes of Peter Cech. And we've seen situations like that. Yes, your midfield don't do mistake. Your defense don't do mistake. You as a goalkeeper, make you try the help. Sure you get, make you try the help. Work. The, you know why Czech they put on that head this the way they were.
If I remember vividly, it is the match between Chelsea and Reading.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you know what Peter Cech
I
do.
know
The
what
risk,
he did. Yeah,
but
he went all out for the ball and he was injured. I think after the injury of Czech, Kudisini also received an injury on that same match.
these are what I'm saying. So you could see the sacrifice those days goalkeeper are doing, but these days you just they play because he gave Haaland that the defender has done mistake and you open the post for Haaland to just score. So for your mind, that no be my fault. Oh, I don't do it if you do. No, you need to react as a goalkeeper. But anyway, let's not dwell too much on the goalkeeper part. I feel the whole team need to work together and bring
exactly.
that Chelsea we used to know, not this current Chelsea. Because if they continue like this, it's obvious they will not make that top
And
four.
also, there is no way we are going to talk about the Chelsea error and their good performance without talking about the exceptional performance of the Manchester City players. To me, especially, I will talk more about Savio. You know, to whom much is given, much is expected. When Manchester City buy Savio, a lot of Manchester City fans are expecting something like a firecracker from Savio, and he gave it all. He gave it all out. This Savio performance reminds me of who Mahrez is.
Yeah,
It
that
reminds me so
Mahrez
well
kind of
yes,
vibe.
of
Yeah,
whom,
yeah,
of whom
yeah.
Mahrez. He put Cucurella on his toes all through. He put Cucurella on his toes, and I believe that is even what brought about the injury that Cucurella later had towards the second half of the match. So Manchester City were spot on. Haaland was spot on. We are expecting much from Haaland. Probably we don't know the next game how it's going to be. They are having Ipswich as their next match. It might be an upset also because I see Ipswich doing something great in the new Premier League season.
Anyway, the season just starts. You know how this championship, they just come and do all this their initial grab. But anyway, that's by the way. So what are your final thoughts about the game? And there's a situation at hand between Chelsea and Raheem Sterling, one of the key players of Pochettino last season.
My final take on the Manchester City match and Chelsea is that Manchester City beat Chelsea. Yes, now Stamford Bridge go collect. I don't talk on before, and they collect eventually. Now talking about Raheem Sterling, I think Raheem Sterling is a big player to be going through this situation he's going through here in Chelsea because seeing his performance last season, himself and Cole were exceptional players. When they were expecting much from Mudryk, it was telling the old taker that was still pulling it
Yeah,
through.
he was. I can't really say he was that exceptional, but there were some games he really gave us that Sterling we used to know those days, those
No,
vibes.
you,
But
you no
I
no no.
still
The
feel like
Sterling you used to know those days is still the Sterling you are seeing now, because he's that kind of player that he will perform well today. The next match you won't be able to find him.
I think I kind of agree on that. But the situation at hand now between Sterling and Chelsea is if the board can just come with a final conclusion about Sterling to go, because I feel like
If they
they
want him
need
to go,
fresh, experienced
if they want
players
him to
too.
go,
They should just
they
let
should
him know.
let it be on a mutual ground. Let him know. Let it be on a mutual ground that your service is no more needed in this club. You need to go look for other clubs, and you move ahead. Everybody wants success. You can't be paying me and I will be on the bench. Even he's not even listed. He's not even listed among the squad at all. Not even in the bench. So he's too big to be going through that kind of that kind of issue. We could see Aubameyang going through that similar issue at Arsenal. I think last 2 seasons, and we see how it didn't went well with Aubameyang, because it affected his mentality as a player. All these things you need to let him know. If his service is not needed anymore, let him do this
Yeah,
stuff.
I think within a couple of days they will finalize that. Then I think my final thought: Chelsea still need to work on that their striking position, about the whole Nicolas Jackson and Osimhen deal, how it can come in. I think Napoli has already had their agreement with Chelsea about Romeo Lukaku, but I think Chelsea and want the deal to be a separate deal, no more switching Osimhen for Lukaku and all that. But I think at the time being, Chelsea need Osimhen more than Napoli need Lukaku. So moving
Um,
on next, we can just to give me your view about tonight. There is a great game going on. Leicester City, the champions of Championship,
Monday night
are in
Premier
the
League.
Premier
It's
League
an
now.
amazing one. You know, you should expect an upset from Leicester City. They are the new taker facing the old taker.
Yeah, but we should also remember that the coach who brought them to that level is no longer there, and one of their key players, which is the coach left Leicester with, is now in Chelsea. So I think the new coach still have to do one or two things to maintain that tempo of last season from Leicester.
Yeah, true. Looking at the Leicester squad, I believe they will come up with something, because you should know when it comes to to Premier League, you should know that Leicester City are always
Yeah,
in
they've
their
had a few experience
they
due
had
to,
this,
yes,
yes, yeah,
it's not their first time.
they have
They are
good
not first timer in the Premier League.
yeah, but right now I'll call them first timer, because they are just coming from the championship.
Yeah.
So I call them the new taker. Why I call Spurs the old taker. And you know that Spurs, no matter how good they can be beginning of the season, towards the middle of the season, they are always nowhere to be
Yeah, I
found.
think they always have this new. Whenever it's a new season, they always have this good performance. Just like last season, the coach did well early, beginning of the season, and later he just
And
went off and all
also,
that.
I'm not seeing much of injury players in the Spurs squad. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't have much of, but I think one of their player who is having a suspension because of the whole video thing he did will not be part of the squad for tonight game, because he is having a suspension and all that. But for me, I see a draw game, a full-time draw game.
A full-time draw game. Okay, that's a nice one. But to me, if I will predict, I'll predict Tottenham winning. Because
Tottenham winning.
yeah,
So
winning.
winning like 2 goals to, or
I
what's
can't
yours?
say 2-3 goals. I believe.
Okay. Let's see how it goes. But me, I see a 2-2 draw on that match. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Spot on the mic. Put your comment below as you give us your final thought and final score about the whole Tottenham and Leicester game. Yeah.
And let not forget, we are being sponsored by Gigs. You can click on the link below for more information about Gigs and what we do on at Gigs. Thank you and God bless you.